on worlds that have been long colonized by humanity. But Tao said he's too young to have one. Yet here it is. I came looking for an explanation and found all this.
Other than a remorseless killing machine.
Among apex predators, they're the pinnacle. Resilient, agile, smart, and their mental prowess only increases with age. Some can even dominate the minds of weaker species, keeping them as pets, livestock, or toys. They're creatures without peer. I sure could. Because to confirm my suspicions about this creature, I'm gonna need a tissue sample from it. And to get that, I need its corpse. But there is a way we can give ourselves an edge against this thing. The plant's security system. The admin terminal's here in this building, but it needs its connection reset. And as I found out, that's not a one-person job. But if you can make it to the security outpost and restore the connection, I think I can get things back online. See if the settlers left us any other tools. It's the building in the middle of the facility. The terminal in there should allow you to grant me access to the system as a whole. Then we can see about getting things back online. The settlers outfitted most of the buildings with turrets at some point. Not sure how many are still operable, but at least a few appeared to be in fighting shape. There were also some sensors scattered around the facility that I didn't recognize. But those are honestly all just educated guesses until we get the connection reset. Good. Take care of yourself out there, and make sure you leave enough of that thing for us to get it.
Yes? I'd be happy to carry. Bye-bye. I don't stock up on junk.
System offline.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Hello. I wish I'd found this earlier. Those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. But it's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. What's that sound?
Security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage directly if you could avoid it. The kill lanes, they're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. Give it hell, Vanguard.
Power levels insufficient. Proceed to next power breaker.
miracle we were able to bring that thing down. Seeing a meat packing facility from the inside is starting to... Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest.
Tracker's gone quiet. I suspect it's either hiding or... Wait. You did it, didn't you? Heavens above! I'm not too proud. Thank... You didn't happen to grab me a tissue sample? All right. I spotted a microscope down there.
You sure you want to get rid of that?
This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper analysis of our sample. But this terramorph being here, of all places, it doesn't make sense. Humanity's spread plenty of creatures in our travels across the stars. But terramorphs? To our knowledge, no one's ever spread them intentionally. Yet somehow, they follow us. So when humans settle a world, 70 to 100 years later, terramorphs tend to just appear. No one knows how or why. Dangerous, but at least predictable. Tau Ceti, though, it's too young to have a native population. It's only been colonized 20 years? But then the other option, that someone captured one of the deadliest predators in the galaxy just to wipe out some settlers minding their own business? That seems awfully implausible. Which means we're either looking at a truly strange murder or a faster type of terramorph growth, the results of which could be catastrophic. Terramorph outbreaks have taken down far bigger colonies than this one. Well, they're not exactly buying tickets and flying coach. The theory is that they're spread by some kind of egg or seed that's able to evade our detection. But how the hell an undetectable egg turns into a terramorph without anyone noticing is a question no one's ever found an answer to. And it's why what's happened here could be real bad news for the rest of human civilization. They have. They even took down an entire city once. A place called Londinian had to be quarantined due to a massive outbreak during the Colony War. It's the only known loss of that scale, but it's the reason why any change in our relationship with these creatures needs to be taken very seriously. There is. I mean, there has to. Time was, I had access to one of the best, but we also need to get this sample properly analyzed. Luckily, I think I know. What would you say to delivering this to him from me? I'd do it myself, but I need to call in some favors. See if I can't get access to that terramorph data. Plus, maybe just pop by a hospital for a little bit. Clear it with your commander first if you have to. You can even show them this. My gene tag. Tell them Hadrian Sanan is worried there could be more attacks on the horizon. I was. Long time ago. Oh, you don't understand what I need Dr. Percival Walker to put together a sample analysis for this thing. Full workup. I'm not sure exactly where to find him, but last I heard he was contracting with... There's a place called the Sixth Circle in Sidonia. Bar run by some old friends. I'll meet you and Percival there. And here. It's not exactly a bounty, but you certainly deserve them. Should cover the cost of fuel to Mars, at least. Now please, go check in with your commander. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Captain Jake. Hello. Goodbye, Captain.
Time to get this ship moving.
Captain on deck.
So, Sam, have you given any thought to what I asked regarding Cora?
What do you mean? Keeping her in the lodge like a prisoner instead of letting her roam free? The answer's still no.
You know I didn't mean it that way. I was merely suggesting that you act to avoid her. Perhaps even have him continue Cora's education.
It's a better education than any book. Haven't you ever considered how she feels about all this?
We both want the same thing, Sam. We want her to remain safe.
The only way I can be sure Cora's gonna be safe is if she stays with me. I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm not changing my mind.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. And complete. Enjoy our stay in New Atlantis.
Yes? You needed something? Keeping the skies safe out there? Stay safe.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever...
A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
A gene tag? Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh.
A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War. And was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens. In the run-up to the Colony War, the UC started a program with a singular goal. Find the deadliest, most terrifying aliens in the galaxy, and have them fight on the side of the UC. Never saw any of the deployments myself, but the program was clearly enough of a success that when the war came to an end 20 years ago, both sides agreed to have the practice banned, at which point, I presume, this tribunal decided to cut Sinan loose. I'm sure she doesn't list it at the top of her resume, but considering her service record, did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special? She thinks there could be more of these? This has been one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. But now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out. I'll handle things with the brass. You just make sure that sample gets to Mars. It doesn't. But if that's who that sample is destined for, my bet he's former UC Xeno.
Something you need? Now you can see why you see Marie. That get sent here, consider this posting a punishment.
Center on P1 is a good place to connect with others.
We got lots of stuff. Just ask. Yo, hey, what's up? You looking to do some... I'm Manaki. Feel free to ask me anything and I'll do... still new here. We're like this huge... Yo, they pay my salary. Man, sorry, all I know is that we're running... And listen. Yo! It was still alive. He had it in this big plastic bag full of water and everything. I was trying to tell him I didn't know if we took in things like that, but then my boss came over and told me we absolutely did. Man, what a pain in the ass that was. Even weirder. Cool. That's what... Sounds like a plan. Yo, stay good out there.
Invoices can be collected. Oh.
Do you now? Well, I do wish I could help you. A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. I invested no small amount of personal. But then he decided to run off. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. But at this point, it's... That's correct. We're no longer interested. He did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you were to find him and get him to pay...
Oh, I loathe the Trade Authority. Is it absolutely necessary that we have to help them? I couldn't have put that better myself.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone
Careful near the railings on the upper levels. It's a long way down. You're gonna get me in trouble.
Not supposed to talk to you.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin.
Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
You. Why don't you come here and tell me what some stray wants with Walker?
The Red Devils aren't exactly your average bar crowd. You can see it in their eyes. We don't belong here.
Not every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. That's so. Now, if that tag's a fort, all right. Maybe she did send you. But look, Even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact, his debt to the trader. But if someone resolved that debt, can bet that person would make a friend. Red Devils were the meanest Marine unit the UC Navy ever had. Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least one stint as a monk. Made us tough. It's why they chose us as the handlers for the use. Percival, though, he wasn't a grunt like all of us. Science officer. Made sure, but it was those monsters that did us in. When the colony war ended and the army, Red Devils included. That's good to hear. Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and, of course, rumor is the trade authority keeps all their records and if someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be...
Making that adjustment would be illegal. I don't think this is a road we should travel.
But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Hey, you! Maybe Hadrian's friend. Come here.
Yeah?
The city of Sidonia recommends checking your filtration.
Well, most straightforward. Of course, root ifs.
Making that adjustment.
But, say, with an... Now,